From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Viking 18. Panthers 60. Panthers 70. Timberwolves. Check.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, boy, it is tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. You talk about this Chiefs defense. And they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out. How vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell. And he goes out right around the 39. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's complete to Pierce. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Colts, first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Now Richardson back to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there in the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a third and long.
3, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Mustang 19. 19 tight, 19 tight. Trap 50, trap 50. Warriors 70.
Here's Richardson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he couldn't get it to check off. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. Past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The Chiefs at 4-6 now on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 37. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Colt defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes add up into points against you.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To the left side, he's got Williams. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete out wide. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. 0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it as we resume action.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker now to kick this one away. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
Ready up.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Go.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Got it. Ready.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Ready.
They run once more with Taylor. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
A gain of 4 yards.
Cougar 19.
That's good for the Colts. First down. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down.
They go play action with Richardson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in. They just got to throw this one away.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
65 seconds.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Richardson. He hits his target, left side, Watson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Let's go now.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
On the set.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They just got to go seize it.
At the 18-yard line.
15, yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Will get this complete to Worthy. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Chiefs 14. Colts nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39, so solid starting field position. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried.
Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the run.
Now he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
19 yards. And Kansas City Chiefs.
Now Mahomes going to shift him around. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Hey, 15, yellow.
A first carry for Rachaad White. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now 3rd down and 7. Mahomes going to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. You're down 3 scores turnovers already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 35, here's the second down and 6. Now Richardson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Coverage was great everywhere that time. He tried to get into his outlet, tried to get into his running back, but sailed it a little bit too high and actually left his body open for a big hit.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
Richardson looking to throw this. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now Mahomes. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Here's White. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. JT Tuimoloau in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. A gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Fielded at the 43. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
This is what we're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Come on. Hey, not cooking, 19.
Richardson looking to throw. A short one there, caught by Warren. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
Now 2nd and 6.
18 rattle. Hurt. 60 Eagles, 7 Pirates. Ready.
Back to throw. Richardson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talked to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now here's Mahomes. Complete to Likely. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for KC. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
First down, here's White. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They go right back to White here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
9-yard line.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run here, guys. You might want to try throwing.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A 24-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Richardson working from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That is caught downfield. It's Worthy. And they give it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Right side, there's Likely with it. And shoving his way inside the 35. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Yep, hey, 43, 10, 10.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Okay, break.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Well, this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Tries the crossing route and hits Watson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lies.
And the ball is knocked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from it.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
And Richardson yet again. He finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Richardson to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ready up. Let's go. Let's go.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. Busts through the tackle. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go, Lottie.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Let's go, Lottie.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle.